episode 39, part 1 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. As usual, we'd like to urge you to join us in supporting the Kenya Simbas, who are still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019. Do this by jumping onto the hashtag Road to Japan. I'm Demi Duffield.
This is Ngashi, official noisemaker.
Jeringus, Kenyana.
So our feature tournament for this episode is the George Mwangi Kabeberi Sevens. Started off to honour George Mwangi Kabeberi and has since honoured fallen heroes from Mwamba Rugby. What was your take on the tournament?
That you mentioned some Mwamba tournament. I was kind of glad that it was moved to the RFUA grounds, first of all, because the grounds, of course.
Let's not hit. No,
man, it's not the rally championships, it's rugby.
Okay.
But also for the fans' experience, I think RFUA was a better choice. We enjoyed rugby, fantastic 2 days. For the 2 days, we had some great rugby. I think the fans plus the players enjoyed themselves. I think day one was more of flashiness because the players were really having some fancy rugby going on the pitch. Day two, of course, Impala ending up defending it. Remember last year they won 1914 against Homeboys, who eventually became the series winners. But I'd say the Kabeberi this year was more of the smaller teams. The tournament was for the small teams, the likes of Oilers. Strathmore has now become a small team. Oilers get into the final. Remember, they were the same as the Driftwood. Now the final. Who knows? Maybe Prinsloo, their home tournament, could be winning it. But all in all, the small teams really impressed me.
All right, what about you, Narua?
Couple of things to mention. Of course, the tournament, you could see the difference in terms of organization between Driftwood Sevens and Kabeberi Sevens. I think Mwamba IRC put on a good show with their strategic partners, i.e. Modern Coast and Stanbic Bank. They organized a good show that happened on Saturday and Sunday, as you've mentioned. The level of rugby was better than what we witnessed again in Mombasa. The number of clubs that participated was more, and I guess it is because Mombasa was always going to be a logistical challenge. The likes of Makueni, Daystar, Mount Kenya University Stingers, which was some, Mwamba fielded 2 teams. So the level of rugby was higher in this particular tournament. However, I'd like to see some of the big clubs field their big guns. Homeboys have a pretty decent team out there. Impala have a very large pool of players. Therefore, whoever they field for sevens is decent. KCB have their big guns there. Nondi's not really. Nondi's and Kenya Harlequins. I'd like to see them bring social club.
Although, do Nondi's have big guns, right? I'm just asking.
No, I mean they have decent players.
Yes,
they have decent players, and I'd like to see those guys fielded just with an entertainment perspective. Yes, I do understand that you want to see the minnows sometimes put on a show, and this is for them. And sevens has been used as a platform for the minnows or the guys who are starting off their career as a platform for you to get into the big leagues. But I'd like to see like for Queens, Frank Wanyama, Eden Aguero, I'd like to see them play. I'd like to see Biko playing at Nondi's. I'd like to see the Mwamba big guns playing, So it also like raises the level of competition, and I feel that's what they should do. All in all, I think it was a good tournament, even from a talent angle. As Ngus has mentioned, smaller clubs coming into play, Menengai Oilers, of course, being the darlings of everyone, and you can only hope that everyone is going to be building on this kind of platforms for them to get them better players. Social aspect, it's RFEA, so of course it was going to be good from a social angle, and it's accessible to very many people.
Yep. Although in terms of, you've mentioned how we'd like to see the big guns playing, and I'm sure, a lot of people would love to see that. That's what we're all there for. You're not going to go see Kolo in Vancouver, so, you want to see him back home.
And not just for Safari Sevens.
Yes.
Though
something was mentioned over the weekend that I remember. Apparently the sevens players were told not to play so that they don't get injured. So I guess it goes back to the talent pool that you have.
I don't think so, because you see, these guys need to get into shape. The sevens players before the series starts. You cannot tell me that their first outing is going to be the Safari Sevens. Come on, guys, let's be honest. And injury, even if you're walking outside, you can get injured. So I don't buy it. I buy the burnout aspect, but I think the sevens players should be using some of these tournaments to get into shape. I also think some of the big guns in the 15th teams should be using now the sevens to get into shape prior to the Impala Flatbed tournament.
Yep, very, very valid point.
I'd like to mention maybe what I'd like to see moving forward for Prinsloo, let's say. I'd like the level of officiating to the standard to go a bit higher. There were some questionable calls that are being made, and I think that we need to check on that a little bit. But all in all, as Nash has said, the social aspect especially. The crowd, keep it up, man. The fans, keep it up.
Yeah.
All right, as is the norm, we have a team of the tournament, and we've got Anduvate from Oilers, Juma from Strathmore, Ian Minjure again from Impala, well done to him. We've got Wahinya from Black Bloods, Walkerach from Cabras, Mombasa from Oilers, and Olabo from Strathmore.
Yeah. I do agree with that team too.
Yes.
Anduvate was good. He entertained the crowds. Ian Minjire, I liked him because again, consistency. Walkerach was very entertaining.
Of course.
Brian Wahinya was very entertaining, and especially for his size and his stepping, he's very entertaining. Olaba was good, especially on the second day. So yeah, I do agree with whoever came up with the team.
Whoever came up with it.
Whoever came up with
Yes.
it's fantastic. I agree as well.
Yeah.
I'd maybe add in Brian Tanga
Mm-hmm.
from Cabras. I think he had a very good tournament. Yeah, so apart from that, Kosawa.
All right, so the next tournament will be the Prinsloo Sevens. That is, we skip 1 week
Yes.
and then we go on to Prinsloo.
Yeah.
What do you guys expect coming from that tournament?
Nakuru, as always, some good times there. Las Vegas. But the tournament, I think we won't have too many shockers. However, the big one would be Oilers, though.
Team to
I'm
watch,
waiting for
definitely.
Oilers, so I don't see the table changing much. So yeah.
What about you?
Nakuru RFC, please do something about the pitch. My goodness, we cannot be coming there to eat dust. It cannot be like Great Rift Tenasai tournament. And you know the biggest selling point for Nakuru over the years, both Tenasai and Prinsloo Sevens, has always been the social. Like we keep on saying, anything other than 15s is festival, right?
Yeah.
And I think Nakuru have been the guys who do them, and Christie Sevens have been the ones who take that into account very well. We didn't see a good showing at the Great Rift Tenasai tournament. Therefore, I hope from an organizational angle, it's going to be on another level and guys can enjoy Prinsloo Sevens. From the teams, I do agree with Ngoos. I don't think there are going to be too many shockers. However, keep your eyes on Oilers because that's going to be like their home tournament.
Yep. Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, after Mombasa, I thought, we've seen enough upsets. Then, then came Kabeberi. So we'll see how that goes.
But before we go, let me ask you.
Yeah.
You've decided to host a tournament and then leave at 1 p.m. on day one.
Join the fans. Day one.
For the record, please say which team you support.
Which club is this?
So, Kulabu Huts, it's all good. It's all good.
Anyway, no worries. No worries.
At least on the finals, Division 2 finals.
Yeah.
Finally.
Silverware.
I guess, even a spoon.
Anyway, so we skip next weekend, and on the 23rd and 24th, we have the Prinsloo Sevens. As Ngarua said, Sevens rugby is festival rugby, and at the top of your list should be Prinsloo Sevens, Nax Vegas. I mean, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
Yep.
So yes, make sure you go. I mean, it's only down the road. You can go and come back if you need to. But remember, you can find us on social media. That is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and also subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Denise Duffield.
This is Nyash, official noisemaker.
Jerry Ngoos Kenyana.
Stay tuned for part 2.